So these are called singing bowls. The reason I use them, I don't use any music ever, and the reason is because music has choruses and words and melodies, and so your mind easily kind of goes off and follows those things. The purpose of mindful meditation is not to go off and either. It's not to wander off. It's also not to. Kind of wander off in the universe, and things like that. So mindful meditation is practicing on getting the body very, very relaxed, but the mind very alert, very aware, and very focused. That's mindful meditation. Mindful meditation has an incredible amount of research behind it, just a huge amount. Most mindful meditation research is done 10 minutes a day in 8 weeks, and that's why and that way everyone can compare the same data. And mainly universities set that up a long time ago, probably 20 years ago or more. And they've been researching it a long time. So some of the things we see, some of the basic things we see are the immune system almost doubles in its effectiveness in 8 weeks. You do it 10 minutes a day. Okay. Which is amazing. That's unbelievable. Also, your blood cells become more round in 8 weeks. Is that weird? but that means that you have, it's more efficient carrying oxygen to and from the muscles. That means protein synthesis happens a little smoother. Energy is made more efficiently, ATP is, in the blood cells. And you have less chance of blood clot. In 8 weeks, 10 minutes a day, that's it. The thing with research is they didn't get a bunch of people in a room and say, I'll do 10 minutes a day, and we're going to watch you. They just taught them, kind of like I'm teaching you right now, giving you a little heads up, and then said, okay, bye-bye, you go do it on your own now, and come back and tell us. So, they didn't do it right, like all the time. And that's the great thing about mindful meditation. You can't really do it wrong very much. So it's really difficult to do wrong. Our job is not to clear our mind, because our mind will never do that. It just doesn't work. Our mind doesn't work that way. We focus it, so we bring it down on one thing. Some of the other things, one of the more incredible, which also the research I've already told you about is amazing, that Dr. Lazar at University of Massachusetts years back, she took a group of people who had meditated no less than 7 years. So they were all hardcore meditators. Some of them had been 20 years, a lot more Buddhist monks, things like that. And then they taught group number 2, just like I'm teaching you, and then said, go home, bye-bye, go 10 minutes a day for 8 weeks and come back. And then the third group, they said, we don't have any rooms, sorry, you're on the waiting list, which really they're our base group, so we're looking at their measurements too. And so what they found was, they did genetics testing first, and they looked at everyone in all 3 groups. And what they found was that group number 1, over 6,000 of their genes expressed themselves differently than everyone in group 2 and 3, which is crazy cool. We don't know what all of them do, of course. We don't know what hardly any of them do. Actually, we're just learning those things. But they do. The ones we do know a little bit about suggest they influence happiness, self-control, self-awareness, things like that. And so then in 8 weeks, group number 2, over 2,000 of their genes had already switched over. So you think, well, it's 20 years though, so that's really difficult. But just 8 weeks, over 2,000 had already switched over. So not very daggone long. That's awesome. So it's really quick. It affects us very, very quickly. When you're doing mindful meditation, and the cool thing is you don't have to just do, like we do 5 minutes. You don't have to do all 5 minutes. And so there's no reason to be frustrated. If you can just focus on 1 or 2 breaths, and that's all you get, that a few seconds, 30 seconds or whatever, cool. You just hit it, and your brain has started to change and move, and then your mind kind of wanders, and you go, oh, man, let me come back. And then you just do it again. And you do it in little chunks at first. That's really common. The most thing I hear, almost everyone says it, I can't do it. I just can't sit down. Oh, my brain goes all the time. Okay, cool. Then 3 months, they're in there going, they're gone. You're like, man, that's so easy. And I'm like, yeah, I remember when you said this. Well, yeah, it just changes on its own. And part of it is, a huge part of it is just a practice, doing it over and over and over and over. So the thing that we see with mental health wise and addictions wise, or substance use disorder, I've been calling it addictions a lot because of the conference, a lot of older doctors are here. So I use it a lot. But the thing we see, the common factor, working in neurofeedback I've seen is the common factor with all mental health disorders, including substance use disorder, so anxiety, bipolar, PTSD, whatever, is low activity in the prefrontal cortex. So like some anxiety is here, substance use we'll see here, strip, PTSD in here, social anxiety over here, and all these other things, like, so it's a little movement stuff. It's not always exact, but most of the time, but all those have low up here, constant. And so mindful meditation directly increases electrical current in the prefrontal cortex in 8 weeks. So that's why it's so imperative, I believe at least, because people benefit so much from it. And everyone that always comes and takes my classes, just after a couple of months, I always hear the same stuff. I feel more calmer. It's so weird. I don't get angry as easily. That's so strange. You know, and oh, my anxiety, I feel a little better. I'm able to kind of like drop it down a little. It's not as long when I'm having an anxious moment. You know, things like that. It's just, I see it all the time. I've trained a ton of people to do it. So anyway, so let's get it done. So the way I'm going to explain it is super easy. This comes from, I believe, a Tibetan style. A Tibetan monk taught me it, so that's why I say that. But he compares the mind to a monkey, because monkeys are crazy. And monkeys steal your stuff, and monkeys take you in the face. And they go crazy all the time. But if you give a monkey an orange, that monkey will meticulously peel that orange, and I mean, we'll just go like really deep into it. It'll look around every once in a while, make sure it's all right, but then it goes back to its orange, and it'll eat its orange, and when it's done, it'll smack you in the face with a bit. But for 5 or 10 minutes, that monkey is super focused. And so monkey mind is what they call our mind. It just goes, thoughts tend to come and go as they want. It's what it seems like, right? And so we take our breath is our orange, and we focus on it very deeply for 5 or 10 minutes, 10 minutes. The ones I do on Friday night here in Denton are about 45 minutes long. People go, that's impossible. And then they come and do it and go, gosh, I thought that was 10 minutes. That was not enough fluid. And so you'll see it's really interesting. So I'll help you kind of guide you along and make sure we stay, and I want to watch the time so we don't miss other parts of everything we need. But I'll guide you through a little bit. That way you don't have to work so hard. If your mind starts to float away, which it's going to, that's okay. Just recognize it first, because it may be something important you need to think about. And then you just kind of go, oh yeah, I do need to do that later. That's cool. Okay. And you're just taking care of that mind. Because the second we go, don't think about that, our brain's going to go, no, you're going to think about it. And we'll just battle. It'll be a waste of our time. So recognize for what it is, take care of that thing, and then go, okay, cool. Let me go back to my breath. And then you take one reset breath, a big one, and you let it drop. And all your face, your shoulder drop all over again. So how I do it is we start off with 3 breaths, each getting a little softer and a little slower than the first one, and then start to find your own pace, and then I'll help you through the rest, okay? So I prefer to, you can sit up kind of straight, not overly straight. The reason the cushions are so high is that you want your knees to be a little bit lower than your hip sockets, because you can see in my shoulders, when I raise my elbows up, my shoulders turn in and kind of put a little pressure up top. But when I drop them down, my entire upper body starts to lower. And so you're in a very comfortable position now. If you have bad knees, you can put those yoga blocks under it or something on your knees to kind of prop them up. It's easy. I also tell people if you have a bad back, lay down. I don't care. It doesn't matter. If you have to go pee, go pee. If you have to sneeze, sneeze. Nothing matters. You can do whatever you need to. Don't. If your leg starts to fall asleep, or something, just go, oh shoot, fall asleep. Okay. And then you just go back into it. Just be comfortable, relaxed, and then just bring your mind back to focus. So, here we go. So, Breathe in and out through the mouth. And in and out. Last one in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now start to find your own speed of breath. Just take a moment, feel how your body feels on the seat. Are you comfortable? Move around, settle into your cushion. Remember to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Now I want you to bring your focus to your forehead, especially right in between your eyebrows, where those little wrinkles tend to get for us when we worry or focus. You can touch that part of your body if you need to. Just bring your mind to that area until you feel it. Now just observe. It's neither bad nor good, but observe it. Don't try to change it. Is it tense? Is your brow furrowed in a little? Once you have that place in your mind, on our next long breath out, let your forehead relax. Feel your eyebrows dropping, the tension leaving your eyeballs even, forehead opening. Continue breathing slowly. Drop that relaxation, let it run down through your cheeks, into your mouth and lips. Feel them relaxing and dropping. Now move your mind back to your neck, shoulders. You can touch that place if you need to. Just bring your mind to that place in your body, breathing slowly. Recognize it. On our next long breath out, let your shoulders and neck relax. Feel your shoulders dropping. See if you can feel even your scalp releasing the tension in the back of your head. Continue breathing slowly. But now I want you to breathe just loud enough to hear your breath. Now begin to focus on the temperature of your breath. You can especially feel how cool it is breathing in through your nose as it hits the back of your throat. The warmth of the air as you blow it out over your lips. Completely focused on your breath. Your shoulders and neck should be very relaxed. Mind alert and awake. Stay comfortable. Just for a moment, see if you can just observe your breath. Breathing slowly, as if you're watching it from a distance. And now begin to feel more air coming into your lungs. Breathe in a little deeper. Feel your mind brightening as you breathe in more oxygen and blow out. Become more aware of the room, of your body again. Pay attention to how relaxed it is as you become more alert. Examine how your shoulders feel when you're relaxed, when there's no tension or very little. Now even more oxygen. Breathe in a little deeper. Blow out a little stronger. Now all together, we're going to take 3 breaths, each in through the mouth and out through the mouth this time. Big and loud. Breathe in. And blow it out. Even bigger. Breathe in. And blow it out. Last one. Breathe in. And blow it out. Come back. That's mindful meditation. Guided's a little easier. Getting sleepy is very common, especially in the beginning. A lot of people, when they first come to class, get really sleepy and fall asleep a lot. But then after just a month or two, it's fine. It's easy. And they're not tired. And they have more energy during the day, too. Like, it's really good. I don't feel as sleepy. So, there you go.